What's up, everybody? The Chicago Bears have a massive advantage this offseason. Going to be talking about that and a couple other things. But first, please just take a quick second, like and subscribe. The NFC North Guys here. We're trying to build an awesome community here. We're the best division in the NFL. All our fans can get together. We can talk some healthy smack, engage in some friendly debate, and just have fun watching football. So don't miss out on being a part of that. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Now let's dive on into it. So obviously, frustrating end of the season. We all thought the Bears, I know I thought the Bears were going to pull out that game against the Rams. We've seen them do it so many times. Of course, it's disappointing when your team loses in the playoffs, but I think we have to realize, this team is early. Nobody expected this team to be competing for a Super Bowl in year one under Ben Johnson, but they were. The Rams very easily could have beaten the Seahawks last night. The Bears very easily could have beaten the Rams. This is a team that was not that far away from winning a Super Bowl in year one. They're going to have another year of continuity in the Ben Johnson system. Obviously, Caleb Williams will hopefully take another step. Lots of rookies and young players on the team who you expect to progress. But one thing that I don't think we've talked about enough going into this offseason is I feel like the aura around the Chicago Bears has changed. How long ago was it that, I'll never forget, Muhsin Muhammad, after his time in Chicago, comes out and says, Chicago is where receivers go to die. Courtney Cronin did an article on it a few years ago, and even then, DJ Moore obviously worked out, but Chase Claypool came and he was awful. The Bears just historically have had just a nothing offense, no quarterback, no receiver would ever want to come to Chicago. No free agent quarterback was ever wanting to come to Chicago because this was a team that could only play defense and that could only they couldn't throw the ball. But all of that has changed, and I kind of want to dive into how that's already affecting this offseason. First things first, I don't know if anybody's been following Maxx Crosby. He's going on a tour here, basically just talking about how amazing Caleb Williams is. I'm not going to play these clips because there's some expletives in it. This is a family show, but you can look him up if you want to. Basically, he's just he's gone on several different podcasts just breaking down what a ridiculous last throw that was by him. And he's also been going around raving about Ben Johnson. Players in the NFL are watching Ben Johnson and being like, man, this is a coach I want to play for. He's ripping his shirt off in the locker room. His players love him. His offense is fun. And the same thing with Caleb Williams. You watch him making throws, and it's just gosh, this guy is going to win a Super Bowl. This team, it just has it. They have that aura now. This is a team that is going to be competing for Super Bowls for the next decade, and that's such a huge advantage when you come into free agency. And just if I haven't sold you just on the Maxx Crosby, going around talking about Caleb and Ben Johnson. And by the way, with Maxx Crosby, I'm sure most of you followed his situation with the Raiders at the end of the year. It was a nightmare to finish the season. They forced him to sit out to tank. He hated it, stormed out of the building. Everybody thinks they're going to trade him. If the Bears can give up a first and DJ Moore, maybe a third-round pick with it as well to get Maxx Crosby, I think you really have to consider doing that. Comment below. Let me know, what would you give up for Maxx Crosby? Would you trade DJ Moore in a first for him? Are you not wanting to include DJ Moore in any trades? Just comment below. Let me know what you think on a Maxx Crosby trade. But like I said, it is not just Maxx Crosby who has been blown away by this new Bears offense. This was after his ridiculous touchdown against the Rams. You just have all of Twitter going crazy. Even Patrick Mahomes was in disbelief at the throw. Micah Parsons couldn't believe it. Russell Wilson, Caitlin Clark, Mark Ingram, everybody was just in absolute awe at it. That wasn't the only time. Here I have an article about the first time they beat the Packers in the regular season with the game-winning touchdown to DJ Moore, the Jade Walker touchdown. You have all sorts of players and analysts throw of the year, Caleb Williams, unbelievable. Like you can, and I could find the same thing about the Packers-Bears playoff game. Like that throw where he kind of rolled back into his left and tossed it up to Rome Odunze. Like the social media world, like you don't think about it as being a huge factor in like the off season, but like right now, social media loves the Bears. They love Ben Johnson. They love Caleb Williams. Maybe not Packers social media. I know they gave him some flack for the way he's interacted with Matt LaFleur and stuff. But the rest of the NFL world is just enamored with what Caleb and Ben Johnson can do together. I know I saw Pro Football Talk, Mike Florio. I know a lot of people don't exactly love the guy, but he's pretty famous. He tweeted after the Bears-Rams game, Caleb Williams has 2 of the best throws in NFL playoff history, and he has only played in 2 playoff games. Like, that's the opinion right now around the league of Caleb Williams, is people just thinking, like, there is no limit to what he can do and what he can do specifically in this Ben Johnson offense. And what that can mean for the regular season is, like, that's when you start getting guys like a Maxx Crosby, who's like, hey, I hate it here. Send me to Chicago. I forget where he's from. I think he went to Eastern Michigan. So I don't know if that's where he was born, but he at least like grew up in the Midwest, wouldn't shy away from playing in the cold. But like he's looking at this team, looking at Caleb, at Ben Johnson, being like, yeah, they don't look like the kind of team who would force me to quit on my teammates and try to tank to get the first pick. Like, this is a team that never gives up, that wins it in the last second, that has a quarterback who can do just preposterous things when his back is against the wall. And it's not just trade targets. Like, you also, like, if you just look at like these Seahawks and these Patriots rosters this year, I just kind of Googled, had AI kind of show me like what the Patriots offered. And obviously the Bears don't have the money to add like all these kinds of guys. But when you have a team with a Caleb Williams, with a Ben Johnson, who everyone knows, like, this team is going to be competing for Super Bowls for years, that's when you get like a Carlton Davis or a Milton Williams or a Harold Landry or a Stefan Diggs, guys who are just like, man, I want to win a ring. And on the flip side, I know like DeMarcus Lawrence came to the Seahawks, kind of got some hate for it from the Cowboys. Like, I know Des Bryant gave him a hard time about it, but like now, like, that Seahawks team is competing for a Super Bowl. And like, you've seen it historically for years, how many players wanted to play with Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes to get like that last chance at a ring. These guys, like these veterans in their 30s who like are still borderline all-pro players, might be willing to take, you know, I don't think anybody in the NFL is at the point where they're going to take like a 1-year, $2 million contract to win a Super Bowl. But you get guys who are like, hey, I can make $5 million on the Bears and might win a Super Bowl, or I can make $7 million from the Browns and go 4-13. Like, most people are picking the Bears there. Having a Caleb Williams, having a Ben Johnson, that's what separates you from the rest of the pack when you have a bunch of free agency offers that all are in the same ballpark financially. So I think it's going to be a super fun offseason. I know the Bears aren't exactly like loaded with cap space. We'll see what happens. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about a DJ Moore trade. Maybe is Tremaine Edmonds not worth his contract anymore? Like, there's a lot of different things the Bears can do to open up the salary cap space for a few more big moves. I expect them to do those things. I expect them to pursue a Maxx Crosby or a Trey Hendrickson or another big-time edge rusher to hopefully pair with Montez Sweat. But this is a destination now, like, especially for offensive talent. Like, I mean, even when the Bears were elite back in the early 2000s on defense, like, no offensive player wanted to come play here. But now, like, you see this offense is elite. Any offensive player would kill to be in this system. And then defensively, like, you know, Dennis Allen can coach. He's a good coach. And you know, like, your offense is going to bail you out of some tough spots. Like, they bailed the Bears defense out all year this year. You know, looking at that game against the Bengals and other games where the Bears defense struggled, the Bears offense pulled out so many big-time games. Defenders are going to want to be a part of that. So I'm expecting a huge offseason. Comment below. Let me know what is your dream free agency like as a Bears fan? Are you team trade for Maxx Crosby? Are you team try to sign Trey Hendrickson? Do you think they should trade DJ Moore? Do you think Tremaine Edmonds? Like, I know we all think he's a good player, but do you think he's making too much money and you could sign a cheaper linebacker and get similar production, at least healthier production? Comment below. Give me your dream offseason, what you would do if you're a GM. And then don't forget, just like and subscribe on the way out so you can be a part of this awesome NFC North Guys community that we're building here. And bear down. Going to be a fun offseason.